Unfortunately, Ashley Gonzalez does represent the Hispanic community.
What's going on about this Afro think tank? Latino woman says Ashley Gonzalez does represent the Latino community. She don't want you to get it twisted. She don't want you to be misunderstood. She don't want her Latino people to try to push this under the bus. And I respect her for that. This is how you make progress in society. You have to admit what's true is what's true. Because there are, and I'm going to put some here. I'm going to make a little compilation. All right. There are some Latinos who they don't want to recognize that culturally Latinos have been conditioned to be racist. That they've been lightening up the race. That they have little things that they say about the darker skinned members of their language speaking group called Latinos, because it's not a race at all. And all of y'all don't get along. You guys have never been united. All that is bullshit you like to tell other people when you're trying to attack. Well, it's really just bullshit you tell black people when you're trying to get run over on a situation that black people are in or something like that. But, or when you're comparing yourself. Like, I remember there was this one dude a long time ago. Remember the little bald Latino dude that was like, yeah, when a black guy see me in my big truck, he's looking at me like, hey, how you get that big truck? That's because we work. Get the fuck. No, the fuck we not. Not never in the history of all blackdom. All right. Has any black person ever looked at some Latino in a big ass truck and said, damn, how'd that Latino get the big ass truck? You know why? Because we figured you fucking bought it. All right. We don't care. We've never been. Listen, black people are not jealous of you, Latinos. Black people are not jealous of Indians. Black people are not jealous of Asians. Black people are not jealous. We're not jealous of anybody because there's nothing anybody can do that we can't do and better, and that we haven't done first. You understand? We are the inventors of shit. We your mothers and fathers. We that's why we get along with all y'all, because we like, we not comparing ourselves to y'all. That's the part y'all don't get. You guys bother us is what happens. We mind our black ass business and you bother us and you say shit and do shit that we ain't got. We like, what? We're annoyed more than anything. That's why we answer y'all. We answer y'all the way we do, because it's like it's annoying. You're like, what the fuck is your problem? What? We don't care. All right? There's not a black person that's jealous of any Latino. Neither your position in this world, neither your economic position. You guys think it depends on what Latino you're talking about. You're talking about white Latinos, the Mestizo Latinos, the Afro Latinos? Huh? Because when y'all like to compare your economic status to us, they really talking about those white ones, right? Right, those white Europeans, right, speaking their native language of Spanish. They're not talking about you Mestizos. They're not talking about you construction workers. They're not talking about you farm hands. They're not talking about you cleaners. They're not talking about the majority of you. They're not talking about the ones that's being, kicked out of the country. They're not talking about y'all, the majority, the bulk, right? They're talking about the white ones, right? The ones that's closer to Spain. The ones I've been to Spain. Even the Spaniards don't respect you, Latinos. I've been to Spain. The Spaniards do not respect you. They don't view you as one of them. You guys are like second-class citizens to them. Matter of fact, you're annoying. When I was in Spain, they was annoyed that you even spoke their language. That shit was wild to me. I was like, but you guys colonized them. They don't care. These are white folks. All right? You don't got the right to be up in their country, even though they colonized your country and made themselves rich off your countries. You don't got the right to be in their countries and reap up the benefits of your ancestors that were enslaved and colonized to build up their Spanish white Wakanda. No, they don't want you there, even though you are there, right? Because you immigrate over there, and what do? You clean, right? You pick fruit. You do shit like that. You stay right there, right where you belong. And you guys seem to be happy with that. Y'all praise that, all right? And y'all want to continue whitening up the race. And you hope some white man comes along and grabs one of your little daughters. That's what you hope, to lighten up your family so that you can get recognized as a European instead of a Native American. You guys are ashamed. The whole Mestizo Latin community should be ashamed of themselves for not calling themselves what they really are. The names of their tribe, the name of their nations. They should be ashamed of themselves for not speaking their own language. They should be ashamed of themselves for not practicing their own culture, their own tradition. They should be ashamed of themselves. I only see a few Latinos doing that, who embrace their true Native American culture, who embrace their true identity. Not most of you Mestizo, y'all just want to be white so bad. It's so pathetic. It's so pathetic. But we're going to allow you to make your excuses as if Black folks ain't heard everything you guys have had to say. Black folks have heard every fucking excuse you POCs have to say about why you're racist this time, why your racism should be forgiven, why everybody's racist. Y'all, we've heard that shit. We're not even listening anymore. We're just like, we're giving you the uh-huhs and the okays at this point. Because first of all, we don't need y'all. That's the thing about it. You guys need us. All of you POCs need us. You don't see no Asian and Spanish coalition to fight against white supremacy. Where's the Indian, right? The native Indians, right? And the Indian. How come we ain't got a double Indian coalition to fight against white supremacy? Especially since the Indians, the ones from India, they pitch their tent with white supremacy. They trying their best because their caste system, it fits them better. Even though they treat it like shit too. They second class citizens, but they happy about that. They happy about that, right? I don't see any Latino brown on brown coalition. Where the Puerto Rican and the Mexican coalition against white supremacy? Huh? Where's that? Why y'all always gotta come to us? Y'all want our power. Y'all want everything that we have, but since y'all can't actually be us, since you can't avatar into our bodies, y'all just have a permanent cultural disdain and hate for something you can't have and be. So you much rather say, well, white is better anyway, even though you couldn't write down on a piece of paper, you couldn't make a list of what white people have naturally better than us. You couldn't. But, hey, to each their own, right? But yeah, this Latino who seems to know who she is, right? That's the one thing. If you know who you are, I respect you. If you're trying to be somebody else and you're trying to bounce off their hate thinking you're going to get acceptance from them, I have no respect for you. And that goes with the white ones too. The black ones too, these black Republicans, these black coon, these FBA, they're all the same. Trash, right? Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Unfortunately, Ashley Gonzalez does represent the Hispanic community. I'm getting kind of tired of seeing Hispanic people, Latino people getting into comment sections talking about, no, she doesn't represent us. We love all people. No, if you go to Texas, if you go to California, there are a lot of Hispanic people that love saying that N-word, hard ER. In growing up in the Hispanic community amongst Latinos in Texas, I noticed that a lot of them love to turn a blind eye to a lot of things. When it's convenient, they might sit there and be like, oh, we don't stand for that. That isn't a representative of our community, blah, 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 blah. No, Ashley Gonzalez was a woman who was emboldened by her community. She went this long unchecked. A lot of Mexicans, a lot of Latinos don't know the difference between racism and prejudice. Sure, there are many people of color in many communities all over the world who are prejudiced. The systemic racism enacted towards all of us, especially Black Americans in America, in the United States, is something to be said and talked about, especially when many non-Black communities of color love to utilize that proximity to whiteness to inflict oppression upon Black people. Ashley Gonzalez literally got into the police force, and I think from what I saw in that video, she was describing how she was utilizing her position of power to inflict harm on a Black person, right? Unfortunately, when you grow up to be an adult, you represent a lot of things. You represent your parents, you represent your family name, you represent your community, you represent the job you're tied to. You're a representative of something. If those entities, institutions, family units let you go that long with that behavior to where it then got publicized, that is a representative of all those entities, those communities, those institutions. It is a failing on all of those things. I'm so sick of so many non-Black communities of color, I'm sure even in the Black community. There's a lot of colorism. There's a lot of behaviors that everybody just sees, many vile things that are said behind closed doors and nobody checks it. The influential people don't check it. The leaders of the communities don't check it. They'll sit there and go, well, nobody that those horrid statements are made about are here, so we're just not gonna say anything. Like, I don't need to say anything, it's okay. They're not gonna say that in real life, like in public, they're not, so I don't have to worry about it, I don't have to check it. But then things happen like this. Ashley Gonzalez is a representative of her community because it's her community, our community, that lets these people go unchecked for far too long with their racism. Ashley Gonzalez, a lot of the times, these Hispanic people genuinely believe that acting like this gives them proximity to whiteness. You are never going to be accepted as a white person. You are never going to be welcomed into the white community, into institutions of power. Entities that have power, like the police force, like the military, like certain groups of white people, they literally welcome you in just to use your dumb ass. But too many of y'all genuinely believe that it makes you different than other people within your own community, different than Black people. It doesn't. We are all one. And just because some of you decide to dip your toes, tap into, hell, some of y'all dive deep into oppressive tactics in order to try to differentiate yourself, it doesn't. It's all in vain. It only makes you look stupid, and then you enact harm on others while doing it and trying all that shit out. Ashley Gonzalez is a representative of the Hispanic community. She's representative of a community that let her go unchecked up until now. And even now, y'all aren't checking her. You're just ostracizing her. Oh, we don't claim her. Oh, she's not a part of us. She is a part of us. A lot of y'all do the same things behind closed doors.
Calling out the racism and colorism issues in the Hispanic and Latino communities, and acknowledging and educating yourself on Black history and their oppression and how it goes hand in hand with the oppression of every other minority, and apologizing for the racism that has happened on behalf of the Hispanic and Latino community towards Black people is not kissing ass to another race. It's doing the bare fucking minimum. Yeah, I'm continuing to be mad at my comments, but it's true. Look at the way y'all treat morenas. Darker skinned Hispanic and Latinos, you treat them terribly. Look at the way you treat Afro-Latinos. Look at the way you treat indigenous people in the Americas. Like, there's even a well-known saying in Latin America, especially in Mexico, that, oh, all the ugliest women come from Oaxaca. And it honestly goes to show just how uneducated people are, because if you knew our history, you would not be racist or colorist. And if you were educated, you would know that Hispanic, Latino, Black, and Indigenous communities have so much shared history. All of the things that are praised and loved about Latin American culture comes from our indigenous ancestry. And I hate to break it to some people, but apparently some people need a history lesson. Our ancestors were enslaved. A genocide happened against them. Our men were systemically killed and our women were raped to create mestizos. The reason there are so many issues and discord and prejudice amongst minorities and Black people together is because of racist white propaganda that is preached to us to keep us from uniting. And when you fall for the racist white propaganda that is causing discord in our communities, you are a colonizer and you contribute to the hate and violence and lack of safety for Black people and minorities across the entire world.
I hope a lot of Hispanics, at least in these past 3 days, have seen the amount of videos that I have seen and the hate that we have been receiving, our community has been receiving these past 3 days or so. I genuinely hope that you guys have opened your eyes by now. I hope that as a collective, we learn that we have to be united. We have to unite. In the United States, Hispanics in the United States, we have to unite. We have to stop the divisions and within each other. Oh, because you're from this country, I'm from this country, due to our color of skin, our race, our background, our ethnicity. We are all Hispanics at the end of the day. Because the minute you open your mouth, regardless if it's white people, as in white Americans or Black Americans, the minute you open your mouth and they hear your accent and they can tell, oh, this is not one of us, we're going to get pushed away. Because it's not only white people pushing us away. And this is good for your asses, especially you, the ones that like to be lambones, you know, lambiendo, like we say in the Caribbean, lambiendo the white or the Black people. We have each other. And this is in no way, shape, or form trying to push division. This is not what I'm saying, because I know there's going to be somebody that's going to try to twist it. It's me saying at the end of the day, regardless if you're Mexican, if you're Dominican, if you're Bolivian, if you're Argentinian, if you are a Cuban, Colombian, we are all Hispanics. We have each other. At the end of the day, when something happens, we have each other here in the United States. Just like Black Americans stick together, just like white Americans stick together, we have to learn to stick together. And a lot of the problem, and I'm going to say straight up, that we have right now in the Hispanic community is that we have a percentage of people that want to kiss the ass of other groups. I don't understand why, whether it's the Hispanics that want to kiss the ass of Black Americans and they believe that they have to be accepted or validated to sit at a table. I don't know why they want to sit at a table. One thing is us being, unified or having love for each other, respect for each other. That's one thing, I can appreciate you, your contributions, what you've done, your history, whatever. I don't have to be you. I don't have to push agendas for you or do what's best for you as a Hispanic. Because at the end of the day, I'm a Hispanic and I have to look out for my people. A lot of you lambones, whether you kiss the ass of the Blacks, like I said, Black Americans, or you kiss the ass of the white Americans and you think that your blonde hair dye is going to give you a seat at their table, regardless of which ones, it's a problem. Because what we are is a mixed race people. We are the children of Spain, we are the children of Africa, and we are the children of the indigenous Americans. We have all these three races within our blood and our DNA. And that's okay. It is okay to be mixed. I don't have to choose which race I like more. I'm Hispanic, period. And being a Hispanic is literally being a child of these three races, regardless which one you have more of. You may have more white in you, but it doesn't mean that you don't have a native somewhere in there. You may have more Black in you, but it doesn't mean that European ancestor isn't swimming somewhere within your DNA. And we are a representation of unity. Because our culture, our language, our customs, and our history unite us as an ethnicity. And when we learn to be unified as a people, together, regardless of our country, in the United States, things are going to be better for us. And when we learn to respect our cultures as in where our parents came from, and respect and defend and push those cultures, things are going to be better for us. But as long as we have these lambones that want to be kissing the ass of other groups because they want validation, or I want to be accepted with you, until we have those type of Hispanics, nothing is going to change. I am Latina, 100% Hispanic, hispana, 100%, orgullosa, proud of who I am, al 100%, 10 toes down Hispanic, and nobody is taking that from me. Nobody is taking that from me. Good day.
They're saying that every raza person is exactly like Ashley Gonzalez, the Houston police officer that was seen saying some things about the African American community. Now, Chad, these are some influencers right here that has some things to say to the raza, saying that they were not their friends, not their allies. We have all of the details to tell you in this video.
We can just stop with the Ashley Gonzalez is not a representation of us, and she absolutely is. She is a representation of the Latino community. We saw it at the polls.
Y'all notice ain't no Mexican or Latino people ain't posted a goddamn thing about what that heifer did. Show me one.
They're now trying to say that the raza is not allies of the Black community. And they also said that nobody in the raza community posted anything about what Ashley Gonzalez did. Now, 44 Vato might have been the only one. Chat, you guys could see the view count right there, though, 329K. In the comment section, it was getting real crazy, too. 44 Vato was standing up for both sides. This person said, we literally have no allies. It's cool, though. Hey, that's just one person. We're not all like that. Now, chat, this is not about me. I was simply speaking for the raza. I'm not gonna get up in here and try to make you guys like us. Listen, bro, if you guys don't like the raza, bro, it's cool, bro. You guys don't have to like us.
I know I usually stick to music and never really bring up politics, but as someone who really is big into the emo and pop punk scene, we all know you can't be emo and pop punk without being anti-establishment. And with that being said, here are my thoughts on the whole Ashley Gonzalez situation. I've been seeing a lot of Hispanic, Mexican, Latino people saying that she is not a representation of us and not all of us are like that. And while I agree not all of us are like that, we should acknowledge that that is a very widely accepted opinion. What she said is not out of the norm for our community. I think that us as Latinos should do better about keeping each other accountable and recognizing the problems within our community. As beautiful of a culture we have, there's also a lot of negatives, and that's the anti-blackness of the Hispanic and Latino community.
Gonzalez is a representative of a very real issue that exists within the Latino community, and that is anti-blackness. There is no denying that, respective to the history in Latino America, there has been a history of anti-blackness, and you can look at respective nations, whether it's Mexico, Argentina, look at the caste systems that were created, and it was descendants of Africans, black people, that were always at the bottom of the social class. Those social classes were organized by this pseudoscience of a racialized hierarchy, and part of that is because the Latino identity, it's inherently anti-black, and it's anti-indigenous. It is an identity that is built on the erasure of those two groups and saying things like, oh, well, I don't claim them. Like, I'm very happy that you're not like that. However, I believe that you cannot accept an identity like the Latino identity without acknowledging both the good and the bad. And a lot of that bad is this normalized anti-blackness that we see across all countries in Latin America. And these are ideas that have influenced.
There's way too many damn racism in the Hispanic and Latino community towards our black cousins, and you'll have to lock the fuck in. Ashley Gonzalez was a Hispanic police officer who, wonderful private stories on Instagram, repeatedly he called one of her arrestees or clients, hence the N-word, who was obviously black. Heck, and why are we doing this? Like, we are also oppressed. You guys know this, right? We're not white people. The white people don't see us as white. Why are we so conflicted against each other? Why do you, as a Hispanic person, feel the need to be conflicted against the black person when we are both oppressed by the same person? Like, what is not clicking? We are closer to them, and then we are closer to them than white people are close to us. Like, be for real. They do not see you as one of them. Lock the fuck in and stop being fucking racist to our cousins. Stop.
My Black and Latino content creators, I think it's very important that you guys remember this. We are all talking about Ashley Gonzalez right now, and while it is a very important conversation, there are bots out there that are making our community look bad, both sides. And I'm saying this because I made a post, and in the comments, it's literally bots fighting each other at some point. Okay, and lastly, fighting racism with racism is not gonna do shit. I don't know what you guys are doing. Like, y'all are freaking crazy.
So all of you are talking about Officer Gonzalez, what she did, and the racist slurs that she was using.
Ashley was speaking her truth. That's all she was doing. Like, you speaking your truth. I like this. This is why I'm putting this on my platform for black people to see that we don't have any friends. You're not our friend, sir. Hispanic people are not. They work as a group to undermine black people. So yes, keep talking your rhetoric so I can keep posting it and I can hopefully wake up the minds of black people. Thank you.
I understand. It's very disappointing and can get you mad.
No, not emotional, not mad. I don't get mad. It's about business. It's about understanding the truth.
Having somebody talking and using racial slurs against black people. But let's not forget there is a lot of black people out there that are very racist.
Sir, you got to be able to, when you talk, understand the words that you're using. Racist. Black people are not racist. Prejudice, yes. Everybody is prejudiced, but racism is political. I'm not going to break it down for you. I want you to do your own homework.
And they talk down on Spanish, Latin people.
No, what it is that you have contentment for black people. You don't like black people, so you got to use whatever excuse, which is what you call deflecting. This is what other groups do to black people, is deflect. And the only reason why you get this shit off is because we're so disorganized. But as long as you keep talking your rhetoric, you a brand new person from your group, and we understand and we know that other races, Hispanics, feel the same way as you. Hopefully this will be a message for us to come and work together. Get y'all out of our business.
Surprise, but I support Ashley Gonzalez. Regardless of how you feel as a white American or a black American, Latinos can say whatever we want.
Then say it. Post a video right now and say it. Post a video every day this week and say it. Why don't you post a video at your job and say it? Why don't you post where you work and then in the caption say it? Why don't you post your family's information and then say it? Because they obviously taught you that. Why don't you just say it? Y'all all doing a lot of yipping and yapping, but nobody's saying it but Ashley. If you agree with Ashley, say it. Because, at this point, I just want you guys to start saying it. If that's how you feel, you would not have posted this long video without using the word if you stood with her. Matter of fact, why don't you go down to the blackest corner you know? Because I know you know a lot. You seem to know every fucking thing. Go down to one of the blackest corners you know and say it. What you talking to us for?
And baby, you can't say nothing to me about Ashley Gonzalez, because remember y'all said they could say it. Remember? It's black and brown unity. Right. And she unified both words, the ER and the A. She said them both together. They can hold hands. And she said it how she been saying it. At home, in the office, at the table with her abuela. She said it how she been saying it. Right. The unity. UNITY. Because y'all be letting shit slide. See, me, I don't let nothing slide. This ain't no ice skating rink. But y'all be easy out there. And remember, it's just words when it's us. But when it's other people, I'm going to see if you can sit at the table with their mom and say a few choice words. I'll write something down for you. I bet you can't say them. I bet you can't. Because it's just words when it's us. But when it's everybody else, words matter. Right. I'm just saying. Hey, y'all be easy out there, okay?
White and indigenous Latinos are racist towards black Latinos because they don't feel like black Latinos or Latinos. Let's talk about it. So for reference, I am mixed Afro-Latina and my mother is fully Afro-Latina. My mother is a dark-skinned woman, very beautiful, very brave, I love her very much. And I am obviously a light-skinned black woman. I've noticed, particularly in white Latino spaces, that my mother, when she doesn't get immediately clocked as Latino because they don't really think what Latinos can be. They don't really understand that Latino is not a race, it's an ethnicity. So they think that because my mama is black, basically, that she no way she can be Latino, so they get all shocked and surprised when they speak Spanish. The amount of times I've heard people talk shit about my mom behind her back, thinking that she couldn't understand them in Spanish, is insane. And it's always talking about her looks, her skin color, and her ways, and it's disgusting. You guys don't see black Latinos as Latinos, and this needs to stop. This really ties into the Ashley Gonzalez incident, especially like it's putting how racist y'all are sometimes into the media, which is really needed, because I grew up with a bunch of microaggressions because of my hair. It's always been like, hey, you're so pretty, just straighten your hair. Like, it makes me feel like I'm lesser than you just because my hair isn't copy and paste flat and straight Latina. So it makes me feel less Latina than I really am. And I do acknowledge that because of my light skin, I'm more clocked as Latina and I have more privileges because of that. But for me, it still doesn't change the fact that I'm still considered like a smidge lesser than it. And I think because I'm conventionally attractive, I have a lot of pretty privilege too. So it's like, hey, you're so beautiful and exotic. You just gotta straighten your hair. It's like that kind of vibe, you know? So I just wanted to talk about my experience and how this really like hurts me, especially with the Ashley Gonzalez incident, that she's so dehumanizing towards black Americans. And she probably didn't realize that black Americans can be Latino too. I think like it's just white and black racism at this point. She thinks that because she's light skinned and white Latino, that way people see that way people accept her into the community. They don't. Just like I'm not considered white, she isn't either held by white people, and I'm not sure why this is like still discussing. We have like history, years upon years of history of colonization in Latin America from Spanish colonizers. I'm not sure why this is still an ideology. Well, I know why white supremacy, but it's just frustrating, you know. Thanks for watching this. I appreciate you. Mwah. Have a good rest of your day. Your local Afro-Latina.
I think the thing that's making me more upset about the Ashley Gonzalez situation is not the actual situation itself, because that, you know, I'm used to people being racist behind closed doors. That's why she posted it on her close friends, not her main. 2, it's all the Latino community who were in the comments talking about it's not all of us though, it's not all of us though. So what do you think that you just accomplished by saying that? Because obviously
We know that it's not all of y'all. We know that, and I'm not defending the people that are generalizing to the whole Latino community, because obviously we know that it's not all of y'all. However, I know that there's somebody in your family who is racist. Like, there is at least one person, even if it's not verbally or out loud, behind closed doors, they discriminate black people, and that's the truth. And we literally saw the results of that because they did not want to elect a black woman into the presidential office. Like, it's just, instead of taking the accountability and taking the time to not only inform yourself, to acknowledge it, you're dismissing the idea that there's a possibility that your community can be racist towards black people just because you aren't. And that's not cool. Like, you literally, we see it. It's like a normal thing. Almost every single POC community has people in it that are racist towards black people. Why? I don't even know, because everybody gets discriminated against by the white man. That's period, point blank. So for you to sit up here and be like, oh, it's not all of us, it's not all of us, that's BS, because you know for good and well that it's a good majority. And I know personally, I've witnessed it personally, people saying the N-word in places like California, especially LA, New York, Florida. Like, they will say the N-word like it's their word. It's not your word to use. I don't care what context you're using it in. I don't care if you're not using it against black people or you're using it with your friends. That is not a word that you need to be using, because how would you feel if black people put the B word in their vocabulary and use it in their regular vocabulary? It doesn't feel good, right? And you call us out on it. So allow us to call out your community for being racist and using a racist word.
One thing I noticed about this Ashley Gonzalez little racist rant that she went on that nobody's talking about, she posted that video on her close friends. That flew over some of y'all heads. She posted that video and her close friends on Instagram. Now, if you go on my page, then you already know. I speak positivity and I speak about the Lord and I speak about my life. But one thing I am and one thing I will always be is a realist, and I'm going to keep it real. I live in reality. People don't like us. Some of our own people don't like us. Africans don't like us. Whites don't like us. Hispanics don't like us. And I don't even know why y'all don't like us, because half the time we ain't even bothering y'all. But whatever your reason is for not liking black people, I feel like you need to take that up to the Lord in prayer and just leave us alone, because we ain't bothering y'all. Y'all love to stereotype us as if we are the only race that's out here just wrongdoing in the world, when every race does wrong. Every race commits crime. Every race have good and bad, not just blacks. Whatever your reason is for not liking black people, leave us alone. We ain't bothering y'all. And whoever leaked that video, thank you, because as a woman who's been in law enforcement for 10 years, you cannot be biased. You cannot discriminate. You cannot bring any of your negative mindset to that field. You're supposed to uphold that badge and do your job and be fair, firm, and consistent. But yeah, that came from her close friends.
I just want to know, why is it always a debate when it's something being done to a black person? So I was scrolling on TikTok. This girl was having a live and she was discussing the Ashley Gonzalez rant, right? And people were in there politicking, like, as if it wasn't wrong, or her being fired wasn't justified. One man was literally like, why are y'all mad? Is it because a specific group was targeted? Meaning black people. And he was like, because Democrats say all types of things about MAGA and wanting to kill MAGA, and nobody gets this mad about it. Sir, you are discussing politics. Politics is, you could choose a side. You could choose to be Democrat, you could be MAGA, you could be Republican. You decide what you want to be. Black people, we do not decide our color. We can't, that's something that we cannot choose. So anyone in their job role targeting a specific race of people because of their racial biases towards them and their racial hatred towards them needs to be out of that job. I don't care if it's a white person at McDonald's flipping burgers and he says, the next Asian person that comes in here, I'm spitting in his hamburger. I don't care if it's a Mexican mechanic saying, the next white woman that comes in here, I'm overcharging her. I don't care what it is, race against race. I don't care what it is. If it's someone who's supposed to do a service for someone, for the people, you're a police officer, you're meant to protect and serve. If you're at McDonald's, you're meant to serve people their food, not spit in it. It doesn't matter what the job role was. It doesn't matter what race it is. It's morally wrong and she needs to be fired. That's it. That's the argument.
Ashley Gonzalez, you know, I'm going through a mental health journey. And with that, I try to stay off of social media. Like, that's the part of my journey. I'm going to say this. Ashley Gonzalez may not represent every Hispanic, because of course that would be generalizing, and that's not cool. However, we're not going to continue to pretend that Hispanics are not racist. I was born and raised in Miami, Florida. You know, the melting pot, as they like to call it. And I can tell you from experience that Hispanics are racist. Of course, I have to put the disclaimer that I'm not speaking about all Hispanics, just like we have to put the disclaimer out there that we don't speak about all white people. But the truth of the matter is, Hispanics are racist. She didn't say anything that she hasn't heard, she hasn't been exposed to. They probably talk like that at her dinner table. Now, to be respectful, I'm not going to generalize, but I am going to say that born in Miami, I came across one specific Hispanic group, and those are Cubans. And in my opinion, based off of my experience, Cubans don't believe, Cubans think they're white. So, yes, let's be outraged about what Ashley Gonzalez is saying, but let's look at the bigger picture here. She ain't saying nothing that a high number of Hispanics don't believe. You think I'm lying? Look at the number of Hispanics who voted for Trump.
But if I say I'm gonna grab you wetbacks up by the back of your neck, I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy.
Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. Free Sudan, boycott diamonds and gold. We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.